All right, Alico 3 here. We got this box of Flair 1994 Series 2 for a retro break. There's the price of it. No, I'm just kidding. I think it was like 20 or 25 bucks. But back in the day, you know, these were more expensive. So, obviously factory sealed. The type of pack for these older Flair cards were actually kind of a headache to get opened. It's like each pack is like a box itself, so I'll show you one of them. Most people that have broken these before kind of know what I'm talking about, but I'll just do an example, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera to save about 10 minutes so you guys watch me open packs. So each little pack is inside this little plastic wrap. So I'll get these opened, and then we'll have some stacks, and we'll flip through. The main draw on this is obviously the Alex Rodriguez rookie, and there's also a Wave of the Future insert, and some Hall of Fame base too to try to slap. All right, here we go with the actual break. We got two stacks of Flair 94 Series 2 baseball. Take a look at the carnage over there. I mean, this is one of the most tedious boxes to open from the 90s and maybe ever. So pretty ridiculous how much you have to go through to get to the cards, but the cards are beautiful. So there's a Hall of Famer. So I'll just pull the Hall of Famers and maybe the stars. There's a Mark Grace. So the front kind of has two images, and the back has another action shot. These cards are just timeless. They're very similar to the debut issue of '93 Flair, which was kind of like a turning point in the hobby. That was also the year of Topps Finest, '93. So a lot of you know, commons from the era, like most sets. There's a Wade Boggs. Huge prospect here. David, don't want to butcher the pronunciation, but David Need. I don't know how he panned out, really. I don't think he lived up to the expectations that were set for him. But here's a checklist of who is that? Oh, it's Greg Vaughn. He was a masher. Pat Mears, prospect at the time. Oh, sweet. I almost forgot about these. No, these aren't the ones that are the most valuable, but they're still, this is a beautiful card. So this is the Hot Gloves. It's actually a hot glove. That's what it says on the card, but it's the Will Clark one. It's like a mitt. It's kind of, looks like it's heating up or something. These inserts are so badass, though. So we'll put that aside on top of the stack there. Maybe I'll do a quick recap stack on this product. So I've been wanting to break this for a couple weeks now. I've had it in for about a month. I break a lot of this stuff off camera, but I set this one aside because I wanted to break it on camera for everyone to see the cards. There's another Mark Gray, so we're kind of getting some doubles here. I did break a box of this. There's a Ken Caminiti about a month ago, and I hit, I think, 2 Alexes and maybe a Wave of the Future. I honestly can't remember. So this is one of the lower tier inserts you can get. It's an infield power Bagwell, but Hall of Famer. So here's a Canseco with Texas. They just did a great job with these. I mean, I personally loved Fleer cards back in the day. All the sets made great stuff. It was nice having all those companies competing. Charlie Huff, he's in all my box breaks. Just looks like a grandpa. Here's a Slammin' Sammy. I always liked that little bear patch they wore. I thought it was cool. Then they, I think they switched it up to a Harry Carey one after he passed. He passed around '98, I want to say. Mark Langston, he was a good lefty. Otis Nixon, he had some speed to burn, man. There's Greg Vaughn. Greg Steroid Vaughn. No. Well, actually, yeah, he probably did. Beautiful Smoltzy. I want to get some Smoltz base card slab just for the hell of it. Kurt Miller, prospect at the time. There's a Knobloch. I've talked about him in the past, so he freaked out and couldn't throw to first. Denny Hawking. Back in the day, you could always tell the prospect cards because they had the 2 flaps. Here's a Straw. Jim Abbott. Just a awesome story. There's a Roger Clemens. That's cool. I believe he left Boston around '97, so that's when he went up to Toronto. He did very well for them. Jose Mesa. A lot of Indians fans are still sour about that World Series loss to the Marlins. There's Flash Gordon. That's a cool little Bagwell. There's the Alex. So we have hit the Alex. And something about this set is the cards just look really clean out of the pack. I would love to check the pop on this card. I bet it's over 50%. So that's just something, another incentive why I like to break this stuff. A lot of candidates popping out of the packs. Kurt Schilling. I like how they have the second pose of him batting. Something he didn't do a lot. I guess he did it with the Diamondbacks too. There's a cool primetime with the Reds, and then we have an infield power of Will Clark. Neat little insert. I mean, these aren't worth anything, 50 cents or $1, but they're still neat to look at. There's a Kenny Lofton. This would be a fourth-year Lofton. His rookie's 91. He's got that Bowman. It doesn't really hold any value. I saw it on 4 Sharp Corners today. I think a PSA 10 was around $10, so I guess not a lot of Lofton collectors out there. He's not a Hall of Famer, but he was an impactful player of this generation. Jeff King always had that mustache. Just looked like a NASCAR fan or something. Alex Cole with the shades. Rod Beck. William Van Landingham, the Wave of the Future. And it's got the Wave of the Future too, because it's Series 2. He was a big prospect with the Giants. Giants fans can probably fill me in more on him. Ramone, obviously Pedro's older brother. There's the Big Cat. He was he's not a Hall of Famer, but he was a really good player for a while. Here's another one of these infield powers. We got Crime Dog. This was his first full season with the Braves. I believe he went over the deadline in '93. Maddox's first season. Here's Steve Finley. How many career hits does he have? I want to say 2,300. I know he played a long time. Edgar Martinez. There's a Messina. I believe he's getting close. This is a great looking Ricky Henderson card. Jumping for the ball and then following through on the swing there. Then on the back you got him stealing a bag. Something he did a lot of. Love Ricky Henderson. Here's a Donnie baseball. So I guess you can get a bunch of these ones. Infield power. And I think the Hot Gloves is a tougher pull. Let's take a look at a pack. Just the pack odds. There's Rob Ventura. I'm just not a fan of his. I don't know why. Tony Tarasco. There's an insert Wave of the Future. I think they did a better job with these as compared to the 93s. They added some more inserts. So I guess I'm guessing that the Hot Gloves are like 1 in 21. So it says the inserts are 1 in 6 to 1 in 21. There's Randy Johnson. That's cool. Doesn't have a ton of hobby for how good of a player he was, but that's just kind of the way it goes sometimes. Don't know what I'll do with this base. Here's a Matt Williams infield power. It's an interesting little card. Not a fan of him either. I don't think he was a very good manager. There's Raffy. There's the William Van Landingham. Mike Lansing was a good player. Eric Karros, I think he does broadcasting now. So we're getting into like a common stack here. Couple more stacks and we'll be through the break. This one's going to be under 10 minutes. That's what's great about getting the packs done off camera, especially on a product like this, guys. It honestly took me about 10 minutes to get all these cards out. Larry Walker. Probably won't get into the hall, but he was great. Bernie. Omar Vizquel, who's really close. I'm like freaking out about the photography on these. These cards just look great. Look at that. These would be great for through the mails. TTMs. I don't know. They would look really, really cool. Maybe I'll try some out with this when I start doing that soon. There's a Pudgy. And Lance Johnson, his nickname used to be One Dog. I used to watch the Sox a lot when I was a kid. Sox and the Braves were always on. There's a beautiful Tony Gwynn card. Crucky. And that's it for the break. I guess I'll flip through the recap stack. So here's our notables / Hall of Famers. So these are cards I'll look over and maybe slab a few. We got Matt Williams, infield power. Tarasco, wave of the future. A couple more infield powers of Mattingly and Fred McGriff. Wave of the future, Van Landingham. Infield power, Will Clark. We got the A-Rod, rookie base. Infield power, Bags. And then Will Clark, hot glove, 94 Flair. Series 2, fantastic product. I'm going to look to pick up a Series 1 so we can break one of those and try to hit a hot glove out of there. That's it for this one.